I just beat Metal Gear Solid, but before I did that, I did more important things. Roll the footage. Welcome to my backyard. This is my cat. This is an old pile of wood. This is some paint. This is an old bike. I just got off work, and now I'm gonna do some jump rope. Now you might be asking yourself, why jump rope? That's a good question. For most of my exercise life, it's involved going to a gym and doing some form of weightlifting. As you can see, I've really fallen off the wagon. But right now, I'm more interested in just some at-home exercising so I can manage my time better. And really, cardio has never been a part of my life, so I was really interested in going down the cardio route. For one thing, I don't like running. For another, running is just too popular, and I kind of resent it for that. And there's a whole social media app, Strava, dedicated to posting your runs, and that just really grinds my gears. Even though I'm using a social media app to post about jumping rope, oh my gosh, I'm the problem. Also, I feel like, I don't know, it just feels kind of like a cult to me. Like once you buy in, you start getting all this gear, watches, you start competing in races. I don't want that life. Also, remember when running was free? When you were a kid, you could just go out and run. Now, you gotta buy like $100+ shoes just to get started. If you try and run without running shoes, you're gonna get made fun of. People are gonna tell you you're screwing up your feet. They're gonna laugh at you. They're gonna make you cry. This jump rope was like $10, okay? I rest my case. All right, let's get back to it. All right, that's enough freaking jumping rope. Feels good to get your body moving after sitting down for 8 straight hours working. Now, it's time to do my least favorite chore. Guys, I gotta fold some laundry. All right, ignore all this garbage. I think we used to have like 6 of these snowball things, and now we have like 2, and I already lost the other one. I don't even know what these things do, to be honest. Reduce static. Time to get this folded. All right, some of this is baby stuff that I don't really know how to fold yet. Actually, how is something gonna be that tiny? This is my shirt. I know how this is folded. It's always nice when you get one of your own clothes. Fellas, it's not fun folding your wife's laundry. Guys' clothes are simple. You got t-shirts, you got shorts, you got sweatpants, and then you've got your like hang-up stuff, your button-down shirts and your dress pants. That's it, pretty straightforward. Ladies have like 20 different clothing items, and the way you fold them is crazy. Also, my wife and I fold shirts differently. So I try to match her style with her shirts, but I feel like I probably do a pretty lousy job. I actually don't know what I like less, folding clothes or putting them away. Done. What, those? Those are already there. I don't know if those are dirty or clean. What are these? Books? One of my favorite things about the hobby of video games is that there's almost always something to look forward to. They just recently announced a remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I'm known for being pretty down on the Assassin's Creed games, but Black Flag was 100% the best Assassin's Creed. And so the fact that they're revamping it and bringing it back has me just giddy as a schoolboy. But more immediately, there's something big dropping this month of May. You want to know what it is? Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. I am not joking you when I tell you I am extremely excited for this game. Growing up, the Lego games were pretty much my Super Bowl. I wasn't allowed to play very many games. Basically, if it was rated E, I could play it. And the Lego games are some of the greatest E-rated games of all time. I remember being a kid, sitting in church, just drawing pictures of Lego Batman because I was so excited for Lego Batman 2. I couldn't help but put my excitement out onto a page. And what's funny is that in church today, I literally was not paying attention to the sermon because I was fantasizing about the new Lego Batman game. Not proud of it, but it's true. As a kid, I really actually hated the anticipation stage because I was like, I just want the game now. I don't want to anticipate it, I want to play it. And while that's still the case, I still do want to play it, I'm actually, as an adult, really enjoying the anticipation stage. It's nice to have that feeling of excitement for a new game, and I don't want to rush it. I have other games to play, you know? It'll get here when it gets here. So it's okay if, I have a bad day this month, because you know what? Lego Batman's coming. All right, I gotta pick up some leaves. I think it's been like a week since I raked these leaves. Probably like 2 weeks, actually. This was my least favorite chore as a kid, and me and my dad would always butt heads all the time. I was just so frustrated that we have to do this every year, multiple times a year. The leaves always fall. There has to be a better way, you know? Here I am, as an adult, picking up leaves of my own free will. And you know what? I'm having the same thoughts. This is stupid. There has to be a better way. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to get all the leaves, and they always fall off of this tree like year round. Oh, this is so stupid. All right, that'll do. Finally, the time has come to talk about Metal Gear Solid. One of the things I decided to do while playing this game was to take notes. It's something I've heard of people doing while reading books in order to just retain things better, and I figured why not give it a try for a video game. Basically, I just wrote something down if I felt compelled to, like maybe something really wacky happened, or maybe I just wanted to write my thoughts about the game down after I finished playing for the evening. Overall, I think it was a cool thing. I think I'm going to continue to do it. So right off the bat, I'm going to say I really enjoyed this game. I'm super impressed with what they were able to do with this game on the PlayStation 1, considering that other popular titles for this system were things like Crash Bandicoot. I think the stuff they did with the camera in this game is really, really awesome. Having a fixed camera overhead, but moves as you change different rooms and sometimes adjust to be a different viewpoint. Camera changes as you lean up against a wall. I just thought it was really, really nifty. A nifty workaround for limited technology. The game has a really strong start. It has you sneaking into this bad guy facility, and it kind of tricks you into thinking it's gonna be a normal game. More on that in a second. Gameplay-wise, as you start out, it's mostly a stealth game. You do not want to get caught by any of the guards. You want to sneak around them, or you want to take them out quietly. But there was one point towards the beginning of the game where your character is let out of a cell, and then immediately, it's like the first time in the game where you are forced to get into a gunfight. And I must have died like 20 times. I didn't know if I was doing something wrong. There was no hints, nothing, no hand-holding to let me know how this should be done, so I just had to brute force my way through it. I think I'm just bad at shooting in the game. It's really hard to kind of control where your gun is aiming. So they were just killing me over and over. I didn't like that. But beyond that, the game does have a pretty good system for giving you hints. You have a little communication device with which you can call either the colonel or another member of your team to figure out where to go or maybe what item you might need in order to proceed. That being said, this game does some crazy things that there's just absolutely no way for you to know it without looking it up. For instance, at one point, the game tells you to put in a code. You'll find it on the back of a disc, and you put in that code into your communications device in order to, I don't know, call somebody you need to call. That's how you proceed with the game. I was going nuts. I was looking at my inventory. I didn't see anything that had a code on it. I was so confused. Eventually I had to look it up. Guys, the game expects you to look at the back of the game case and find a code on it. The physical game case you would have got when you bought this game back in 1990, whatever the heck it came out. I mean, look, that's a cool idea for the time, but that is not future-proof. The year is 2026. I am playing this game on an emulator. Physical game copies are a thing of the past. Those are for collectors. I don't have one. Another instance of this happens when you're fighting the boss called Psycho Mantis. This boss can read your mind, and so therefore, whenever you try to attack him, he instantly dodges and you can do nothing. So, color me confused. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. Had to look that one up too. Apparently, you're supposed to use, originally, the second controller port. If you use the first controller port, that's not gonna work. You gotta use the player 2 controller port, and then your attacks start to hit, and he doesn't dodge them. Are you kidding me? Again, that's cool for the time. Like, I can't think of another video game that does something like that, but I had to use my keyboard and mouse to beat that section, and that was really frustrating. The story of this game is insane. It's like a little kid wrote it. We have to stop the bad guys from hacking into Metal Gear, aka a giant mech that can launch nukes. At one point, you have to fight a bad guy called Revolver Ocelot, the best gunslinger around. But then he gets his hand cut off by a camouflaged robot ninja. You later find out that this robot ninja is your friend who you thought died 2 years ago in an explosion, but now he's back and wants to kill you for some reason. The colonel guy, your boss, seems kind of shady the whole time, like he knows more than he's letting on. You play as a character called Solid Snake, and the bad guy in this game is your clone, whose name is Liquid Snake. Yeah, I've taken a couple of liquid snakes after Taco Bell. Didn't think that was a name for a bad guy. There's a villain called Sniper Wolf, and her thing is that she has a lot of wolves, and she's a sniper. So yeah, a ridiculous cast of heroes and villains in this game, but I actually kind of like that. I eat that silly stuff up. The thing that I didn't like about this game is just how long the cutscenes are. There's a ton of really long cutscenes to explain all the exposition and all this background stuff, and to be honest, most of them go on for way longer than appreciated, and I found myself really tempted to hit the skip button and just get back to playing the game. And also the story does get a little bit convoluted. There's a lot of stuff going on. I think definitely by the end of this game, I was just hoping for it to be over. That being said, I really enjoyed my experience with this game. Really glad I played it. I've heard so much about the Metal Gear series, and so it's really cool to be able to play the original. Would recommend. And now I have to spin the wheel to figure out my next game. So stick around for the next update when I do more chores and life things and then beat another game. Thanks for watching.